We are going to discuss from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 2, text number 51. And I just want to show you text number 50 so that and remember what we have discussed. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrit dushkrite tasmad yogai yujasvah yogah karmasu kaushalam. One should be endowed with transcendental intelligence. One should understand his Krishna's eternal servant. So with his intelligence, he should not engage himself in sense gratification, and you should engage always in Krishna's service. And in that way, he gets himself rid of the resultant reactions of good and bad activities. And this is the art of doing action. This is what we have done. One interesting point I was just hearing today from about Bhagavad Dharma. Who the Maya captures? That person who's ayukta, whose senses are not engaged in Krishna's service. Only that person is captured by Maya. It seems to be a very simple statement. But that means even those people who are Mayavadis, who are supposed to be very austere, but they are not engaging in Krishna's service, will also be captured by Maya. They cannot conquer Maya. That's why Lord says, Mameva yah prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Only those who surrender unto me will become liberated from Maya. Why I am saying this? Because in the previous shloka, the Lord has spoken about buddhi yukta. So one should understand what is the root cause of my disease. समझ में आ रहा है ना? Suppose I have pneumonia. I don't want Krishna, but I'm just saying, suppose if I have pneumonia and I am taking medicine for constipation, will it ever go? Now you understand the point. One must know that first thing in treating a disease is diagnosis. And diagnosis needs some intelligence. And it's not that we can diagnose our own disease. We are not so intelligent. So Shastra explains this. Krishna bhuliya jeev anadir bahirmukh atev maya de tar sansar dukh. The only reason why Maya has captured the jiva and she is giving trouble, various kinds of troubles to the living entities, because he does not know Krishna. He has not engaged in Krishna's service. So it is very encouraging, because now we are engaged in Krishna's service. Even were you knowing when you came into contact with devotees that you are now going to get engaged in Krishna's service? Mataji, did you know? No. So even without knowledge, if a person engages in Krishna's service, gradually he'll become detached from Maya, because Maya herself will release him or her. This is a wonderful statement if you can understand. We have got the exact diagnosis, why we are here, and we know the exact medicine, how to get out of here. This is it. Please don't take it simply. Now we are going to chant Bhagavad Gita. So we are going to use our intelligence, using our tongue, eyes, everything in understanding Bhagavad Gita. So whenever there is an opportunity to serve Krishna in any way, that is an opportunity to get out of this world. Before we go forward, this is very much relevant. A small question I want to ask to the devotees here. In a jail, what is most important? The condition of the quarters, the condition of the toilets, the condition of food, fan if it is there. What is most important among them? Nothing is not that important, is it not? What is most important, Ayush Prabhu? Getting out. How you can get the keys by which you can get out of the jail, is it not? So this is what will be discussed in today's shloka. Buddhi, karmajam buddhi yukta. This was discussed in previous shloka also. Buddhi yukta, became intelligent. Do not try to become expert inmate of the jail. How I can live more comfortably in the jail is not intelligence. And that's why Lord is constantly speaking, you don't have fruitive mentality, because that will increase the term of the jail. Are you getting this point? This is the whole thing we are discussing, the whole theme. Don't have fruitive mentality, because to enjoy the fruits, we have to come again in the jail, and the jail we are beaten nicely. So now let us discuss what the Lord is saying the next in the Nishkam Karma Yoga point, or Bhakti Yoga as we are understanding. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyaktva manishinaha जन्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्ति नामयम् कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम् कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्. Please chant. Anish Prabhu, you want to chant? Karam nahi, कर्म. कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणाः जन्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्ति नामयम्. There is this good attempt. You have to speak Sanskrit, not Hindi. Janam is Hindi. Janma is Sanskrit. Okay, no problem. We will practice, then you learn. Sherpendi.
कर्मजं
बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्. See, South Indians are very good in chanting. It's very good. It's loud, clear, crystal. That's how. And that's how I always chastise Prem Krishna. No. The shloka has to be said it very nicely. This is purification of our voice. Ayush, you want to try? कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणाः जन्मबन्धमुनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्. You can bring the chair here. Don't worry. You know, will not put you in the hot seat. You can bring it here or anything. You can take that yoga mat. You can sit here nicely, peacefully. They are fearful to sit or bring a chair. Whatever works, you just please sit here. Management seat is a hot seat. Yeah, it's a hot seat only. Okay. Let us read the word meanings. Karmajam, due to fruitive activities. Buddhiyuktaha, being engaged in devotional service. He, certainly. Phalam, results. Tyaktva, giving up. Manishinaha, great sages or devotees. Janmabandha, from the bondage of birth and death. Vinirmuktaha, liberated. Padam, position. Gachanti, they reach. Anamayam, without miseries. Translation. By thus engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages or devotees free themselves from the results of work in the material world. In this way, they become free from the cycle of birth and death and attain the state beyond all miseries by going back to Godhead. So the Lord Himself is interesting. The Lord Himself has made this jail. And He's saying, you take the keys and get out of it. Is it right? Quite interesting, is it not? Somebody who makes the jail, He does not give keys to the prisoners to get out. But the Lord Himself has made the jail. I mean, Himself means under His instruction, this Maya Devi creates. And He Himself is saying, you don't stay there, you take the keys and get out. So now let us try to understand the meaning of the words. Karmajam, Buddhijam, Jada, Andajam. Andajam means born from eggs. Buddhijam means born from Buddhi. Karmajam means born from karma. What kind of karma? Fruitive karma. I will do some action by which I will get sense gratification. So, karmajam phalam tyaktva. Can you see this shloka? These two combined together. Karmajam phalam tyak. Buddhi yukta hi karmajam phalam tyaktva. Endowed with proper intelligence how to act Certainly, he means certainly they give up the fruits which are born from fruitive actions in their previous lives. Are you able to understand the first line? Why they are able to do? Manishina. They are having high intelligence. Why they have intelligence? Because they have read newspaper from Krishna. Now is okay? Yes. Every day, and not only they have read, they have discussed and they have also contemplated upon it. See, whenever we discuss Shastra, people think I have read for 1 hour or whatever. That's good. But actually, Shastra means nidhyasanam, whether we are meditating on it or whether we are contemplating on it or not. When you start contemplating, you begin to digest. Again, I'll repeat the practical example. Will you take prasadam at 9 a.m. or not? Will you feel that I will have any bondage by eating? No. This is called manishana buddhi. But as soon as somebody gives you something from outside which is not prasadam, immediately your buddhi should have triggered. No, this is not offered to Krishna. I should not eat this. Are you able to understand? A person who is after sense gratification, he will just say, this is Rasgulla, Gulab Jamun, I'll eat it. So he does not know, he does not have the transcendental intelligence given by the Lord by which he can discriminate, this is binding for me and this is liberating for me. So you are able to understand the first line? The import of the word Manishana, he has transcendental intelligence. I am soul, I am not the body, I am servant of Krishna. I must only engage in Krishna's service by which the bondage which is there from my previous actions will get destroyed. Before we go further, please understand what is the meaning of bondage which is arising from karma. I have understood, I have explained before also. I'll repeat it because it tends to sink in a little bit less. In my consciousness in which I have no hearing of Shastra, what is my natural conclusion for all my actions? Sense gratification. Very good. So now I don't know anything about Krishna. So now only thing which I know is sense gratification. So when I will gratify my senses, what will happen? Impression. Very good. It will make an impression. Now those impressions will what they will do to me? They will inspire me to again go for sense gratification. This is called karmajam phalam. This is one. Second, even if they have done some pious activities by which they will have to go to Swarga or hell, they will give up all those things by engaging in Krishna's service. Are you able to understand? First thing is, they will give up those impressions. Those impressions will not, they will get eradicated and they will not work on them. Just like we used to eat so many nonsense things, is it not? Not knowing what to eat and what not to eat. But coming in association of Vaishnavas, hearing from them, now we are taking prasadam and we don't want to take anything not offered to Krishna, what to talk of meat and other things. It's not that we are holding ourselves from not eating meat. We just don't desire that. It's not that we are, personally, I don't get any thought of eating in a hotel at all. We came back from the program yesterday, there was a big hotel. Yeah, okay, hotel, yes. You don't feel, wow, I've got some donation and I'll hide myself and go and eat in the hotel. No, I'll switch off my video. Nobody will see. Is it not? Well, some videos are always on. You know that? Some videos, they never go bad. Their connection never goes off. Yamaraj's connection. So now you understand what is the meaning of intelligence. Manishana samajhte. Manish means intelligence, transcendental intelligence. What will happen by this? Janma bandha vinirmukta. Mukta means liberated. Nirmukta means nicely liberated. And vinirmukta means very nicely liberated. Means there is no chance that they will come back to this material world. Can you see the depth and power of this knowledge? You don't have to stop acting. You just have to act as per your swabhav, but offer to Krishna. It's a beautiful point. I would request, I'll again send it on Bhagavad Dharma. Maharaj is explaining this point. I want some devotee to do some service. The audio of that lecture is very less. If it can be increased, you can download it and it will take 2 minutes. 8 to 10 lectures are there. You equalize it and raise the volume by Camtasia. Very, very nice lecture. So Maharaj was explaining that some devotees are bhajananandi. They will only sit down in one place and chant. Fine. That is Bhagavad Dharma for them. Some people are managers. They will say, no, we should have Jagannath Rath Yatra. We should have prasadam distribution. We should have organization. So that is Bhagavad Dharma for them. You don't say that person who's just sitting alone and just chanting Hare Krishna is better than the person who's organizing some Krishna consciousness preaching programs for others. That we don't compare. Neither we can say a person who's chanting alone is less than the person who's preaching. We don't compare that. Main thing is that if a person is in a pure unalloyed way serving Krishna. And what I'm trying to say, very important instruction for us is that's like we should be what we are. Don't try to be what others are. I was explaining to one devotee, he said, I should try to learn the music and Kartal. He's a senior devotee, a friend of mine. I said, Prabhuji, you don't have musical sense. I mean, not musical abilities. Why you don't endeavor in that? You are a good in other things. Why don't you engage your power in that way, in that direction? It's not that everybody can play Kartal. Some people, even with training, they cannot. Is it not? Like some people just can't get philosophy. That is very dangerous, because that's really dangerous. No matter, you will say A and he will say B. You will understand B. But anyhow, he can chant Hare Krishna. If he can understand or she can understand this much that Krishna is my eternal master, I must serve Krishna, that's fine. This much philosophy everybody should understand. But I have seen many times I say A and they say I understand C or D or E but not A. I give an example. One person, I said sometimes, one sannyasi, my counselor was telling that there was no time in a temple when in a japa, somebody is not sleeping. Very easy what I said. And after that class, one devotee said that one person was sitting in the class. Yes, you told very rightly. Sannyasis are sleeping in the japa. And I did not say this. I did not say this. So you see, you say A, आप सही बोलेंगे तो लोग गलत समझते हैं. If you say correctly, people say understand wrongly. But still that devotee can do some service for Krishna. He can cut some apples for Krishna or not. Are you able to understand? This is a very nice proposition. With your intelligence and with the guidance of Vaishnavas, we understand what is my nature and how can I engage myself in Krishna's service. And there is no high and low in that. Okay? I am saying this because many devotees get depressed. Prabhuji, hum to ga nahi paate. I cannot sing for Krishna. I said, you cannot sing in the mic, but you can sing in the chorus. Is there any difficulty in singing in chorus? So do you want to be in center or you want to sing for Krishna? That is the question, is it not? It is very bad. Some people who don't want to know how to sing, they are after our Dharmatma Prabhu, and you please allow us to sing. Then I said, I was joking with Dharmatma Prabhu. They should sponsor the scheme of your day in Vrindavan for 21,000 rupees. Then we can tolerate their singing. Otherwise, don't allow them to sing, Deposit 21,000 rupees, then we can, okay, one day tolerate you. Just don't know how to sing, then why you are into that? Just see what others you can. One devotee was very good in drama. Amazing devotee. Amazing in drama. He cannot sing. So he asked me, Prabhuji, can you teach me how to sing? I said, I was never taught how to sing. I'm just saying one example. It's not that singing is the only way how you can, please Krishna. Whether it's singing, whether it's writing, whether it's so many, cooking, everybody is different or not. Can any of you sitting here cook like Karunamit Prabhu? Can all of you eat like me? No. You are a big eater, Prabhuji. I know. So I'm just saying, everybody can do different things, Understand my point? Like Prabhu is doing I appreciate so much. He's doing very nice service in Gomata. I cannot do that. That's why I put you. No, it's not a fact. It's a fact. I cannot do that, and that's why I just see whatever service I cannot do, others can do, I engage them. That I can do. You know that? And then I can take rest nicely. But that's how I do. Like I've given service of designing to Juhi Mataji. I cannot design the way she is designing. And she does not know how she is designing. Are you able to understand? The person who taught me harmonium, I said, how do you know which tunes are played? He was a karmi. I don't know. And then see how this is Krishna which gives you ability to pick up a tune from the ears and play it in the harmonium. Makes sense to you? All of us should detect what ability Krishna has given me in this life, which is from my previous actions. बहुत बुद्धि लगानी पड़ेगी from your previous actions in ignorance only. In ignorance only, we have done something. Maybe it's like Prabhuji was doing marketing for whatever. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, also you were doing marketing. Is not in ignorance you were doing marketing. Are you able to understand this point? In ignorance also you were doing marketing. So now in knowledge you do marketing. Is it not? Makes sense to you? In ignorance also I had this managing ability. Now with knowledge I do my managing ability. Makes sense? You also have good managing ability, is it not? I have seen him then when he was playing video games. Then also he was doing nice management of our base. Now he's a good boy. So why don't you do some service for Krishna? I'm just joking. No. Actually, Krishna consciousness is also like a video game. You avoid the aparads and you make forward progress. So you should learn something from the video game also. Shoot the offenses, shoot the anarthas, and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. I appreciated at that time also. I told to Prem Krishna, no, he's very good in managing our base and everything like that. Are you able to understand? This is how you should cultivate everybody whom you are preaching to. Hey, तुम तो गा नहीं सकते. Hey, तुम तो ये नहीं कर सकते. We don't preach like this. Prabhupada, I tell you, this is a very, very important point from this shloka. You become intelligent and see to whom you are preaching to, what he can do, not what he can't do. अरे बाबा तुम शीर्षासन नहीं कर सकते किसी काम के लिए. If you cannot do शीर्षासन, you are useless. No, Prabhupada used to say, if you cannot see person's utility, you are useless. Your manager is a useless person. Not that he is useless. It is the duty of the spiritual master and the teacher to detect what is the nature of the disciple and engage him accordingly. You don't expect the disciple to find out. Apna sakshatkar batao. You should tell your realization. He is a fool anyhow. Fool means ignorant. उसे नहीं पता क्या करना है. नहीं समझ में आ रहा आपको? And I'm telling you, everybody likes to serve Krishna. Everybody. It is pleasurable. But just depends what his nature is. So, are you able to understand the relevance of the shloka? Karmajam, whatever our conditioned nature is, as per our activities previously, if we use for Krishna service, then Janma Bandha Vinirmukta. We become liberated. So you can say things like this. Just like I used to play nicely video games. I used to shoot like that. Similarly, I will chant Hare Krishna like this. Hare Krishna like that. Same. Focus. I used to joke with my elder sister. She's a very good manager. I said, if just you could have been a boy, I would have served under you. You are such a nice manager. You are such a powerful person. Why you became a girl? You know, both of us would have become brahmacharis. I would have served very nicely. Krishna, you would have become temple manager. I would have become Goshala manager. Yes. She was thinking what to do and what can be done. Anyways, and where will he go? Will he merge in Brahman? No. Padam gachanti anamayam. Now it's very interesting, the word anamayam. You know what is the meaning of amay? Amay means disease, miserable conditions. Anamay means where there is no disease. Understand? Another word is gachanti. Those who know Sanskrit, can you tell me gachanti is in plural or it is in singular or dual? Plural. I can't hear, but I can make out from their mouths what they're speaking. Plural is not so many customer reviews are there. When you will go back to Vaikuntha, then you'll say, hey, we also came like this, like the way you came out. Only problem is we can't talk to Vaikuntha people, so the Vaikuntha Pati has come and telling us the customer reviews. Are you able to appreciate the customer reviews? नहीं समझ रहे हैं आप marketing में यही तो करते हैं. So many people have got benefit from this. Why don't you also try? This is the natural normal try. अरे आपके पड़ोस वाले ने लिया है. You know, a person in your locality has done. So the Lord is saying, because we will go back to God for the first time, but the Lord has seen so many people coming back to Him. What is this? Are you able to understand this point? Mataji, when you go back to Godhead, you will go for the first time now. Anish Prabhu, you will go back to Godhead for the first time only. No means how? Nah, don't say that we have fallen from there. It's not possible. That you should hear Bhagavad Dharma. So conditioned souls have been eternally here. Anadi Bahirmukh. So now, for Krishna, has Krishna seen living entities coming to him following his eternal teachings of Bhagavad Gita? उनको पता है ना काम करता है. He knows that this works. And that's why he used the word Padam Gachanti. There are many yogis who have acted like this and they will have come to me. So you also do like this. You act for me and you'll come back to me. अरे कोई दवा सब पे काम करती तो आप पे नहीं काम करेगी. If a medicine is acting for everybody, then you will be left out. So why should you not buy the medicine? That's why Manishina. A person will hear from Krishna and then you apply this point. Now, don't get yourself entangled whether we come from a spiritual world or not. It is not possible because there is no Maya there. Don't ask me from where we have come. That also is not answered because the way the Lord is asking is explaining is anadi, beginningless ignorance. We are here. So that is not the point. The point is the power of this bhakti yoga, something which is beginningless, such a chronic problem, can be cured even in one lifetime if we serve Krishna exclusively. Okay? Gita Bhushan commentary. Being thus intelligent, buddhi yuktaha, performing actions while giving up attachment to the results of those actions, they then realize the Atma contained within these actions, Manishinaha. Then becoming free from the bondage of birth, these persons attain the place free of suffering. Anamayam Padam. Anamayam we are able to understand. And then that Padam is Vaikuntha. Therefore, you who asked what is best should engage in your prescribed actions. Shreyas Syat Nishchitam Me. Arjuna's only question was, you please tell me what is the highest benefit for me, conclusive benefit. And what is the question of the sages of Naimisharanya? What is the highest benefit for a living entity? So both the Shastras are dealing with the same question, even if the answer given is different. Here is Suta Goswami, and here means in Srimad Bhagavatam it is Suta Goswami ji, and in Bhagavad Gita is Krishna, but the answer is not different. If you hear from the spiritual master, if you hear from Krishna, it's the same. So that means hearing from a spiritual master means hearing from Krishna. Can you now can you see the depth of the statement? But the spiritual master has to be in parampara, pramanik, bona fide parampara. I will translate this all into bhakti. Well, let me first read it. Because knowledge of Atma is the cause of knowledge of Paramatma, which is the direct cause of attaining Vaikuntha. Even knowledge of Atma is said here to be the cause of attaining Vaikuntha. So you see, because Gita Bhushan explains about Nishkam Karma Yoga, so in Nishkam Karma Yoga, person will do his prescribed activities like Agnistom, Yagya, whatever his Varnashram activities are, but he will not desire the fruitive result which will come from it. You understand these points? He will not desire Swarga. But he knows if I don't desire Swarga, I'll get realization of Atma. After realizing Atma, then he will go forward to Jnana Yoga and then Ashtanga Yoga to realize Paramatma. You will see that as we will gradually progress to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th chapter like that. Now, how do you map it to bhakti? Not desiring material results, we should do our prescribed actions in bhakti. This is a very important point. It doesn't matter how I feel like when I chant Hare Krishna. This is a very great advancement if we can get over this feeling. I don't feel like. When it is something called prescribed, there is no question, how do you feel like? Does it make sense? If the doctor is prescribing you to take the medicines 5 times in the morning and 5 times in the evening, does he ask, whenever you feel like you take the medicine? When we go to the doctor, we never ask this question. But when we go to sadhus, we say, I don't feel like chanting. Is it not? Basically it means I don't want to be cured. Are you able to get this logic? When I want to be cured of a deadly disease, I don't ask, कैसा medicine का taste कैसा है? क्या orange flavor है इसमें? Is there orange flavor? Is it sweet or the smell is not that good? You know, and sometime in the daughter in Hodal. So I'm a kind of a preacher of everything I get learn. So I got treated by him. I felt very nice. Then I preached to so many people. But first time when I took his medicine, I just vomited. It was so bad. So now, conditioned souls have eternally been here. Yes, that is because in Vaikuntha there is no Maya. Nayatra Maya. That is how Bhagavatam explains that. There is no Maya. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita very nicely explained, Nitya Badh, Nitya Mukt. Nitya Mukt Jivas are eternally serving Krishna and relishing the taste of serving Krishna. And Nitya Baddha means Nitya Sansar. They have been eternally in this. Eternally means since beginningless time, they have been in this material world. Beyond that, why we cannot understand? Because we cannot think of something anadi. Can you think of something beginningless? As soon as I say think of something beginningless, you will think of a beginning. Are you able to think of beginningless? No. कभी तो शुरुआत हुआ होगा. We can eat our nails thinking of this, but we may eat the whole nail also, we can't understand it. His Holiness Vrindavan Chand Maharaj was speaking on this. Even if you accept that there is a beginning, but the number is so large, even if it's not that there is a beginning, but even if you accept that it has a beginning, the number is so large that you can't conceive of it. So why try to understand something which you can't understand? My Guru Maharaj said a very, very simple way he was answering this point. Have you ever got malaria? Malaria. So because I've been diagnosed with malaria, what is the cause? The cause is snake bite. No? What is the cause? Mosquito. Any mosquito? Or Anopheles mosquito? Any Anopheles mosquito or only female Anopheles mosquito? Only daytime she bites or in the night time? No, only daytime. That's what I have heard. So now looking at the result, you can conclude all those things. Fine. But if you start asking the doctor exactly what time she bite me, what was her name, and how she looked like, I'll kill her whole family. Doctor will say, Arey Baba, you take medicine. Why you worry? No. First you answer me these very important, very inconceivable questions. Do we do that? But we know these things are for sure. That's an Anopheles mosquito. She bites only during the day, and I am having malaria means only mosquito bite, not any other insect bite. So I have this body. That's why I must have revolted against Krishna, or I have desired against Krishna. Now when? Nobody knows. Because Shastra does not speak. If it was important, the Shastra would have spoken. Think from that logic. It is not important. Only thing the way Shastra explains is, which Lord Krishna will himself says, Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidya Nadi Ubhau Api. You understand that both Prakriti, material nature, and the living entity trying to enjoy the material nature are anadi, they are beginningless. Now from that point you should understand some disease which we have been suffering beginningless time, how much eager we should be to get rid of that disease. This is one angle. And second angle is that it is natural for a person who is suffering from beginningless ignorance, it will take some time to cure the disease, even if he is a good patient. Nahi samajh mein aa raha hai. Bad patient is, he will not take the medicine properly, he will not follow the prohibitions. So it will take him some long time to cure. Good patient also will, even if he follows all the prescriptions, it will take some time for him to get fixed. So there is no question of discouragement. अरे प्रभु जी भोग की इच्छा नहीं जा रही है, ये नहीं जा रही है, कितनी चली गई पहले ये देखो. I had so many material desires, now they have become so much reduced. See that if there were 1 lakh desires, now there are 10,000 desires. Was it not difficult to give up some attachments? Not difficult. At that time it was very difficult, is it not? At that stage of our consciousness it was difficult or not? Now it's so easy, is it not? That's why continue with the path of bhakti. Like a Prabhu told that he was not inclined for hearing at all, is it not? Same thing Prabhuji, 12 years, he was running around here and there. But all this running around was for Krishna only, is it not? So you are getting purified. Now when you came to Vrindavan, then Krishna doesn't allow you to run. So you hear now. Are you able to get this point? People did not ask you to hear at that time because they knew, even if they tell you, you will not hear. You are so passionate, going here, this. Still we do some activities. It's not that whole day we do only hearing. That also is not possible for us. But now we are kind of qualified to understand Bhagavad Gita, so this knowledge is being brought in front of us. You are now, I can appreciate, you are hearing with taste, not hearing with bondage. Arey kahan phase? because you're able to understand. Makes sense to you? And others are not coming because they can't understand. And why they can't understand? Because the knowledge is covered. So that's why what I'm trying to say, Gaur Gopal Prabhu, acting for Krishna is always good. If a person cannot understand philosophy and all this thing, let them be engaged in Krishna's service. And slowly, slowly they'll get purified, then they will understand also. This will all be discussed in our Bhagavad Gita discussions. So, but they should be under the guidance of a Vaishnava. Just like give a very simple example. Maybe the worker who is चम्मचा चला रहे हैं, is stirring the khichdi. Maybe he's not a very advanced devotee, but he's doing under the instruction of Karnamrita Prabhu, who has already chanted his 16 rounds before Mangal Arati. Are you able to get it? His assistant is a fool, number one, maybe, for example. But the person who is using him to, hey, you do that. So that person is cooking the khichdi with the consciousness that this is for Krishna. Are you able to get this point? So now, our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, even those who are not initiated and those who are initiated, our spiritual master have instructed us to chant 16 rounds. And when we chant 16 rounds, which whatever consciousness we have, whatever effort, they are offered to our spiritual master and he offers them very nicely to Krishna. Does it make sense? Uski safai karke, kachra hata karke, and he offers to Krishna. Can you imagine something which you offer to Krishna, like an apple, it goes to your spiritual master and then it goes to your Srila Prabhupada and it goes up and then it goes directly in the hand of Srimati Radharani and then it goes to Krishna. Can you see the advantage of parampara? Who we are to offer anything to Krishna. So that is the power of humble servant of the servant. Anytime we make any offering, whether it is japa, whether it is kirtan, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or anything, my spiritual master or Srila Prabhupada is engaging me in this service. I'm only assisting him in that service. Is that proper mood which I am able to appreciate? I am not preaching, I am just repeating the words of the Acharya. I was just thinking about it. Just I was hearing Maharaj on the same point, that बहुत बड़े लोगों से भागवत सुन रहे हैं. We are hearing Bhagavatam from highly exalted people. Just like from whom are we hearing Bhagavad Gita now? Krishna, directly Supreme Personality of Godhead. And whom he is talking to? Arjuna. He is not holding back any knowledge, because Arjuna can understand anything what Krishna speaks. Are you able to understand? I am going in depth in this Bhagavad Gita discussion. Can I go in the same depth with new people? Why? Because they can't understand. Can you understand the depth of knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna is a friend of Krishna, eternal friend of Krishna. And Krishna is not holding back any knowledge. And he will say this also later in Bhagavad Gita. This is the most confidential knowledge. Can you understand the depth of Bhagavad Gita? समझ रहा मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? And we have the fortune to hear this. Amazing. We should be very enthusiastic. Purport. The liberated living entities belong to that place where there are no material miseries. So we have to go back to Godhead. The Bhagavatam says 10:14-58. Samashritaye padpallavam mahat padam punya yasho murare bhavambudir vas padam param padam padam yad vipadam natesham. For one who has accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Mukunda, or the giver of Mukti, the ocean of the material world is like the water contained in calf's footprint. Param Padam, or the place where there are no material miseries, or Vaikuntha, is his goal, not the place where there is danger in every step of life. Amazing purport of Srila Prabhupada. You see how the Lord Srila Prabhupada is explaining this point here. Have you ever seen calf's hoof print? Obviously, you can't see in Noida Highway or Yamuna Express Highway, if that's what you have seen. But we are staying in Goshala, so we see all the calf's hoof print. Okay, otherwise you can only see the print of tires which are burned on the road. That much you can see. So all those who are fortunate, I think all of us are fortunate, we are staying in Goshala, so we can see the calf's hoof print. Shashikant Prabhu also has some cows, and there are some calves. Not even a cow. Govassa padam, the calf's hoof print, very small. So he said, the one who takes shelter, very nice, very nice. Please hear very carefully. One who takes shelter of lotus feet of Krishna by attending devotional service, for him, the whole material manifestation, all these action and reactions is compared to a big ocean. So taking shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, this whole ocean becomes compressed equal to the feet, the impression of the feet created by calf's hoof print. Both feet are compared. Krishna's feet is so large, so magnanimous, so powerful that taking shelter of Krishna's feet, our whole material existence become equal to the water which is contained in calf's hoof print. Do you make a bridge over it? Do you make a bridge on crossing over calf's hoof print? Should you pass a tender, Prabhuji? Should I bridge? No. So the acharyas explain the devotees are not even aware when they became liberated. So, just like now we are discussing Bhagavad Gita, we are relishing Bhagavad Gita, and doing that, we are not even aware that we are liberated. Can you understand that? We are not even aware that we are becoming liberated. We know by from Shastra, ihayasya harer dasya karmana manasagira nikhlasu api avastasu jivan mukta sauchati. Kitna amazing hai na? Simply by taking prasadam, by paying obeisance to Krishna, we are not even aware that we are liberated. Rather, a devotee thinks, and in any birth I may become my Lord, I may take birth. He never thinks he is liberated. A devotee never thinks that he will get direct service of Krishna. He aspires for it, but he doesn't feel he is qualified for it. Although he is engaged in it already. Am I not engaged in Krishna service directly here? But if I say, do you think I feel I am qualified to go to Vaikuntha? No, I do. I say, so maybe someday, maybe by Prabhupada's mercy, not me. That's natural, but we can't stop serving Krishna for that. Maybe whenever Krishna wants. Obviously, whenever Krishna wants. Maybe he wants in this life. Maybe next life. But we can't stop serving Krishna. Maybe next to next life. But I am engaging in Krishna's service once, and Krishna has a very nice policy. It's called zero fire policy. You know that zero fire policy? Whatever we do, I will not throw you out. I cannot throw you out. You hear Matajis can divorce their whatever good or bad husband. But once you have selected husband as Krishna, no chance. He does not give divorce. He does not. Krishna knows everything except the spelling of divorce. You understand? He just does not know. He does not divorce at all. Oh, you should have told us before. You would have not married to Krishna. All the Matajis married to Krishna? Yes. Are all the brahmacharis married to Krishna? Yes. It was a very nice thing. Prabhupada took sannyas and he went to Agra and he initiated some disciples there, 2 or 3. So at that time Prabhupada was connected to Gaudiya Math. So people were asking, why did you give initiation? So Prabhupada gave a very nice example. He said, sannyas means marriage to Krishna. And after marriage there has to be some kids. So that's why I got some kids. Is it not? I initiated some disciples. Is it not when when a girl is married to a husband, by body, mind and words, she will serve the husband. That is the meaning of husband. That should be the meaning of husband. Maybe it is otherwise also. Reverse also is possible. Now husband is thinking by body, mind and words, I have to serve her. Whatever is the meaning. But that is the meaning of surrender, is it not? So Krishna does not give divorce. Don't worry about it. He will not leave you. So he will just keep us engaging in Krishna's service. ये भक्त को चिंता ही नहीं होनी चाहिए. कृष्ण सेवा तो मिलेगी. I mean, my Guru Maharaj was saying, sometimes there is too much service, for new people. इतना सेवा क्यों दे दिया? मुझे को देते हो, उसको क्यों नहीं देते? And he does not understand. That's what you have been asking the Lord for 2 hours. Hare Krishna. Can you open this? This is a very big trouble. Our current problem is there. Hopefully the video doesn't get bad that much. Okay, they are able to see me. Are you able to see me? Am we still wearing specs or not? Okay, so we'll go forward. Chalo, kya. So this is how. So don't worry how you become liberated. You just worry how I can serve Krishna next. How can I serve? How can I serve Krishna next? How can I serve Krishna best? Bas. Everything else Krishna takes care. Okay. And don't plan to be in this world where there is danger at every step. Any moment a person can die and then he does not know where is his destination. Even for demigods. Owing to ignorance, one does not know that this material world is a miserable place where there are dangers at every step. You understand this point? Everything around us is temporary, even our bodies. But because of ignorance, we think this will continue exactly as it was yesterday. समझ रहे हैं? We think that this day will pass the same exactly as yesterday. Yesterday there was no problem, and today also there will not be any problem. And that's how we become surprised. The problem कहाँ से आ गया? But you should be surprised. Hey, कोई problem नहीं हुआ आज? We should be surprised there is no problem. Are you getting this one? Out of ignorance only, less intelligent. Just we have to be in a body which is full of stool and urine. It's not a problem. And you see how we have become accustomed to even this only. Some people say that if your पेट clear हो गया, your stomach is clear, then they feel very happy. This is the goal of their life. Now we're happy. That's what like an animal. That's what they can think. Relax. That much only. But they don't understand. You think you are in a place, we have been put in this body which is full of stool and urine. Anybody's body. Beauty kid's body also, or bodybuilder's body also, everything. We are building a stool house. I'm a bodybuilder. You just close this. I'm a bodybuilder means you have bigger stool house. So while we are in this body, we have to just somehow that keep it healthy so that we can serve Krishna. Out of ignorance only, less intelligent persons try to adjust to the situations by fruitive activities, thinking that the result and actions will make them happy. Very, very nice example. Suppose I'm sleeping in a tent and the tent is burning. So if I turn around, will the burning sensation go less? I gave the example of tent because tent is temporary. So material world is temporary, and on top of it, it is dukhaliyam, it is burning. Ashashvatam, I've never given the example. I never ever give the example. Somehow Krishna is revealing that example. I've never gave the example. So Krishna says dukhaliyam ashashvatam. So tent is temporary, is it not? And it is burning also. Dukhaliyam ashashvatam. And in that tent, if I'm sleeping nicely, which is ignorance, because of ignorance being attached to my sleeping, I feel suppose I'm sleeping on my left side, so my back is burning. Then I say maybe I'll turn to the right side, then it will not burn. No, it will burn from left side also, and it will burn from right side also. So it's not that going to, by making some adjustment in this world, we can become happy. This is a very heavy statement, because that's what our hopes are. I am not happy now, but definitely with little bit adjustment, just little bit, so with very nice precision, if I just little bit work out, and then definitely my life will be okay. That's how we waste our human form of life, is it not? And it's amazing, if we just adjust and agree to serve Krishna, this burning is immediately reduced. Why not burning? Nahi lag raha. We may feel cold, but we don't feel unhappiness in the heart. If we can take bath and reach for Mangal Aarti, we feel happy. Make sense? If we can wake up early in the morning and chant Hare Krishna, feel happy. Just like I could not sleep beyond 2:30 today. I was trying to sleep. So jao. But because I slept early, I just woke up at 2:30 and said, okay, I am the first one to wake up today. You know what? Now I can chant Hare Krishna. Other people become miserable. So the same experience a devotee is good for him, is it not? You don't feel happy in Krishna consciousness. One devotee was saying to me, I am not attached to my flat in Vrindavan. I said, I am very much attached to my room in Vrindavan. It is so nice. It's just so nice. Even if it's a small tin shed with some false ceiling, but simple room, and I can be with the Vaishnavas. I'm so attached to my room. I don't want to go anywhere. That's a different kind of attachment. They do not know that no kind of material body anywhere within the universe can give life without miseries. That's what I was explaining by the example of tent. Don't try to adjust. Don't try to go to Swarga or any place. Everything is miserable. Just imagine, reflect upon this. Suppose you did not have 2000 rupees, no problem. But if you had 2000 rupees and you lost it, then how much bad you will feel. And you had all the plans to enjoy with it. Why I am saying this? Now go to Swarga. Go to Swarga means go to the situation of Swarga, where Indra gets all the opulences very nicely, enjoys very nicely, and suddenly some Asura comes and snatches away. How much painful it must be for Indra. We can't conceive of it. समझ रहे ना मेरी बात? And this burning sensation of material desires, amazing. Only when we have a material desire will we work accordingly. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? Suppose Ayush Prabhu, does your family members actually depend on you economically? No. Okay. So now, if you don't marry, I'm not saying that anything what you should do, but I'm giving an example. If you don't marry, will you die? No. Okay. You will definitely marry. Yes. I'm not cursing you. I don't curse like this, but I'm just saying. So now, suppose if there is no desire to marry, and there is no desire to earn money, will you work hard the way you are working hard? So now, if by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, which will actually happen, you become relieved of that desire, are you becoming relieved of the misery? You also work a lot, Mataji, is it not? I'm not saying whether you should work or not, but you are working because you want to work. Maybe you don't necessarily need to work. I don't know. Maybe you need to work. I don't know. Is it not Anish Prabhu? I offered Anish Prabhu a job in our Gomata products, but he is not satisfied with the salary. He said, no, I want at least 70,000 rupees. No, he did not say. I'm just joking. Think about it. Please give me some more time. Yesterday I left 10 minutes before. How much do you think you should earn to maintain your motorcycle? Wow. Have you ever thought like this? है ना स्कूटर आपके पास? How much do you think you should earn to maintain your motorcycle? How much is the maintenance? Now, in that way, you think about your body. You understand this point? My cloth comes for 500 rupees, maximum 600 rupees, and I wear it one set of dhoti kurta for, let's say, 6 months or maybe 1 year or something. What is the expenditure for cloth? So less. And I don't want to ask what is the price of the clothes which the Matajis are wearing. So basically, it's like buying new clothes for a motorcycle. What do you want to say? Yantra runahane maaya. Just like we are seated on a motorcycle going here and there, do we say, hey, 2 mahina ho gaya, I did not buy any new cloth cover for my motorcycle. Do we think like this? We have no problem in wearing some proper simple clothes. But every time we desire like this, it's a bondage. Not only it's a bondage, it's a suffering. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? As soon as there is a material desire, there is a vacancy in the heart. I want this. I am not feeling successful without this. Can you get that point? I definitely need a mobile. I definitely need a new anything. And for that, we will have to work, unless you are a brahmachari, which somebody gives donation or something. Are you able to? Now, suppose Krishna, by his mercy, relieves you of all those desires. Still, you have to maintain the body, but things become very easy for you or not? And it will happen. When you keep on chanting Hare Krishna, you become relieved of all those desires. Again, I'll ask, those desire for video game, was it not burning to you? I'm not finding fault, Prabhuji. All of us have these things. Everybody has. And whenever that desire comes, it burns our heart. I want that. Isn't it? And also that thing doesn't give us happiness. Yesterday, Dr. Prabhu confirmed, Jaguar purchased 55 lakh rupees. Pleasure, 0. So these burning desires, or kamagni, for anything in this world, is burning the conditioned soul. And that's why the jiva has to work very hard to get those things. And many of the things which you desired earlier is not gone away or not? Anish Prabhu? Anish should become Manish. Ankit Prabhu. Okay, let us make fun of him a little bit. What do you think? What is cheaper, to have a strange hairstyle or have this hairstyle which is without? What is cheaper? So now, was it not having a problem? Oh, should I have a hairstyle like this and this? And you see, I'm not making fun of you. I'm kind of making fun, but I'm just saying, has not Krishna very easily relieved you of this? One devotee is there. Now I will not name him. Oh Lord, he came, entered from my office, and he had this special beard. Now the people are saying, I said, why are you keeping this? Oh Prabhuji, so that I can look mature. I'm like, do you want to be mature or you want to look mature? Is it not? That's what we are doing all our life. How people want us to look, not actually the quality of our life. So now we become free from this. Is it not? And it was so easy. I did not actually tell you to shave your hairs. Is it not? Did I tell you? I just said make it more sober. But you actually understood what I wanted to say. You are intelligent. Manishi. Then I did not tell you to remove your, what is it? Mustache. Everything is gone. That's why we should associate with devotees. Monkey see, monkey do. They look nice without hairs. Normally a person won't look nice without hairs. But devotees look more nice when they to become more presentable, they remove their hairs. I'm not talking about Mataji's. I'm talking only about Prabhuji's. Okay. don't Mataji should not remove their hairs. That's the point. I'm just saying the point. This whole desire to look very great is all. This is how be center of this world is removed from the heart. What amazing liberation! समझ रहे ना मेरी बात? व्यग्र समझ ना, एंजाइटी, मैं सेंटर में क्यों नहीं, मैं केंद्र में क्यों नहीं, मुझे लोग देख क्यों नहीं रहे? All those things are gone away. And it is such a relief, such a relief. They do not know that no kind of material body anywhere within the universe can give life without miseries. Okay? Yes. The miseries of life, namely birth, death, old age and disease, are present everywhere within the material world. Be careful. Don't ask this question that in Swarga also there is disease or not. There is no disease. But then again a question will come, if there is no disease, then why there are Ashwini Kumaras? So what kind of disease may be there, I don't know, but but they don't actually become diseased. वो बीमार नहीं होते, उनका old age भी नहीं होता. They don't have old age, but they have a garland. As soon as it begins to fade, then they have to drop. They come down to this material world. Material means earthly planets. But one who understands his real constitutional position as the eternal servitor of the Lord and thus knows the position of the personality of Godhead, engages himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. You may look at this statement very simple. It's so nice. Would you like to serve somebody who's very powerful? Be very, very careful in what I'm asking. I'm not asking a simple question. Would you like to serve somebody who's very powerful but cruel? What is that? North Korea's dictator. He's very powerful or not? Would you like to be hired as a job person in his country under his regime? No, because he's very powerful but very cruel. I heard that he was talking and somebody just slept and he shooted him. But he will give you a good salary. Mataji, would you like to serve? No, very dangerous. So, and if you serve a person who is very soft-hearted, but he cannot give you any salary, will you like to work? No, good person, but apna kharcha kaise chalega? So now, what if a person is most powerful and most loving? Would you like to serve him? You understand my point? So that's what, when we hear about Krishna, he's so loving, he's so loving that he becomes a servant of his servant. When Arjuna told, take my Ratha between the two armies, Krishna did not ask why. Such a nice servant. Is it not in this world? Every time you give a service, he will ask why I should do this. Is it not? But Krishna, being a very nice, obedient servant of Arjuna, said, okay, yes, take. Think about this. So the more we hear this, then we reflect. Vifale sevinu kriparna durjana chapala sukhala lagire. Why should I serve useless people in this world? Why should I not serve Prabhupada exclusively, or at least primarily? Where primarily I'm serving Prabhupada, and for my maintenance I may do something. Think about it. Bhagavad Gita is not forcing us to think. It is forcing us to think, not forcing us to do something. Once you start thinking, you will not be forced to do anything. समझ रहे हैं ना? Arjuna was not forced to do something. Krishna made him think. And then he says, I will do as per instruction. सोचना चालू कर दिए है ना? Yes. इंजन हुआ चालू सोचने का. Why should I serve these people? Anybody who takes service from you, I don't know what is your salary, but suppose it is 10,000 rupees. Do you give worth service only 10,000 rupees or maybe 50,000 rupees? More. So everybody takes more and gives less. And Krishna takes less and gives much more, unlimited. By one name of Krishna, he destroys all unlimited lifetimes of sin. People don't believe and don't understand this. That's why they don't serve Krishna. Okay. Consequently, he becomes qualified to enter into Vaikuntha planets where there is neither material measurable life nor the influence of time and death. Be careful to understand this. Time is there, but the influence of time is not there. The influence of time is seen as decay in this material world, as control. But time doesn't control there. It only serves the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. And death anyhow is not there. To know one's constitutional position means to know also the sublime position of the Lord. One who wrongly thinks that the living entity's position and the Lord's position are on the same level is to be understood to be in darkness and therefore unable to engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord. Very easy to understand. Just like Amarnath Prabhu, do you see that I'm senior to you? I'm an ashram in charge and you are serving under me. And if you start thinking, I am also senior, I am also ashram in charge, can you serve under me? It's very simple. Am I extracting juice out of you? It's not that. A devotee should understand when the in charge or superior devotee is giving him service, he is not extracting juice out of him. And that is not the point. An opportunity is given so that he gets qualified to go back to Godhead. We are hearing this? Acting in knowledge. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? Makes sense? Same thing with Krishna. Well, I'll repeat this. When we get love of God, whatever you do for Krishna gives you unlimited happiness. Whether you're cooking or chanting or hearing or anything. So the more we serve Krishna, the opportunity to serve Krishna is there, the more we advance in that direction of love of God. No, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं आप भगवान के लिए, प्रेम बढ़ रहा है भगवान से. Love is service, service is love. I am not telling to get some service out of you. I'm just giving you knowledge. Then everything follows. Like I gave the lecture yesterday. I'm seeing Prabhuji's enthusiasm to come with me. And there are some brahmacharis, if you ask them, they're doing nothing also. Would you like to go for preaching? And the way they gave me a look, I said, better you just sleep only. No, I was like, Ari, today was such a nice day and why he has been called for preaching. Okay, take it. You take your kambal and preach to yourself. आप समझ रहे हैं मेरी बात? There may be a genuine reason of why a person cannot go with you. That we can understand. But when you see sullen face, why I have to be told? Instead of seeing the sullen face, better don't take him. Because the person doesn't understand, I'm getting an opportunity to do the highest service or assist in the highest service. Have you seen how our Manoj Prabhu is enthusiastic? But he told me, Prabhuji, kahin bhi aap preaching ke liye jaye, mujhe zarur leke jaiye. What an amazing thing, na? Wherever you go for preaching, you please take me. That enthusiasm has to be there. And now it's all because of hearing Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. He becomes a law. So what I'm trying to say, understand that Krishna is very loving master, he's an eternal master, he's not going to die, and he's most powerful, he can take care of all our anxieties. Then we will be inclined to serve and surrender to Krishna. Surrendering to Aurangzeb is difficult. Surrendering to our North Korea dictator is very dangerous. But surrendering to Krishna is not dangerous. Prabhupada says, don't you surrender to Nai? Nai means barber. He takes a blade around your neck, is it not? And you say, it's very good, very good. You can surrender to barber, but you will not surrender to Krishna. क्या डर गया? क्यों डरते हो? What is the fear? He becomes a Lord himself and thus paves the way for the repetition of birth and death. Amazing. As we serve Krishna, Krishna also accepts us as a servant. And you will see that how in your life, the whole path of going back to God and all the obstructions are taken away. Very nice instruction of Srila Prabhupada elsewhere. If a devotee avoids sinful activities and engages in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna himself will destroy all the obstacles in his Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says elsewhere, as soon as you follow regulative principles, holy name begins to act on you immediately. Immediately. It's very fast. Even if a person cannot immediately give up sinful activities, still if you chant Hare Krishna, so then those propensities will also go away. But that's how spiritual life is. Immediately he takes charge. You just go to Krishna. Krishna, I have forgotten you for so many lifetimes. Please accept me. Bas. Finish. Same day, Krishna will liberate you from Maya. Same day. Yes, and you may think that I may not be sincere. No, sincere or not sincere. After hearing from Shastra, you say this. Is this a fact? No, we have forgotten Krishna. So you go before Krishna. Every day there is an opportunity for in Mangalarti. Krishna Balaramji, I have forgotten for so many lifetimes. Please bless me with the service attitude. Please engage me in your service. Please give us the intelligence so that we can engage in your service in some way or another. What is difficulty in praying like this? In the beginning, you may not have feelings, but if you keep on doing that, you will feel. You see, the feelings will come. Krishna will inspire those feelings, especially when you hear the pastimes of Mahaprabhu with his associates. You actually have to cry. Oh, yeah, naturally, you actually, if you read alone, you will cry. Oh, I'm such a rascal. So many devotees have such a nice relationship with Krishna and Mahaprabhu. Oh my Lord, when I can have that relationship with you. That's why we should hear these pastimes. But one who, understanding that his position is to serve, transfers himself to the service of the Lord, at once becomes eligible for Vaikuntha. How much time? How much time it takes for him to become eligible for Vaikuntha? क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे? English बोलो. क्या लिखा है इसमें? At once. Is simply just like if I have got a visa and ticket for America. Who want to go to America? Suppose I am in Brazil or America, wherever, and I have got a ticket and visa. If I have not got a ticket and visa to come to India and Vrindavan, I am not qualified. Fine. But as soon as I have got a ticket and visa, passport, whatever, I am eligible to come to Vrindavan. From that point on, and it's just a matter of time, taking that ship or whatever plane, I'll reach Vrindavan. Are you able to get this point? So what is the ticket and visa? I am an eternal servant of Krishna. Eternal servant Krishna. Not that after liberation I'll become merged with Krishna. Accept this and start serving Krishna. From that day on itself we are liberated. It's such a powerful knowledge. I have been we should realize it's not easy, difficult to understand. I have been identifying with this body since time immemorial, my Lord. I understand now, hearing from spiritual master, Shrita Grahitya, Bhaktya Shrita Grahitya, heard and Grahit, accepted also. I will serve Krishna now. Finished, you are liberated. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? And that may take some lifetimes for some people. They will not understand I am servant of Krishna. कुछ और करेंगे. Lofargiri. Lofar, you understand? They will do so many things, but they will not do something proper. Service for the cause of the Lord is called Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, or in plain words, devotional service to the Lord. So I've been saying this again and again. The Prabhupada is always translating Karma Yoga as Buddhi Yoga, direct Bhakti Yoga. ठीक है? और वही हम ग्रहण करेंगे. We'll accept that only. I'll just take some questions and then. Conditioned souls have eternally been here, not able to understand. We should not try to understand. Just accept the words of the Acharyas. Just accept the words of Bhagavad Gita. Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidhyanadi Vidhi Samjo Jano Samjo. Krishna is speaking. 13th chapter. You understand that the living entity has been associating with the material nature since beginningless time. Now you understand? You just understand this, that beginningless time we are here. Bas. Okay. Why people ask unintelligent and non-useful questions about Bhagavad Gita instead of following his teachings and becoming perfect humans? What is the answer? Because they are not intelligent. Simple. A person who is intelligent will ask intelligent questions. A person who is fool will ask foolish questions. Very easy to answer, is it not? What is that? Namam duskrituno mudha prapadyante naradhama Maya pratyajnana asurim bhavam ashrita. 7th chapter you can see. 4 kind of people who will not surrender to Krishna. We can control our sleep by mind. Oh, Alok, be careful about it. Don't try to sleep too less, you'll go crazy. I know, this is really funny. I had my last exams. finally the last two exams. If I would have failed, I would have to actually extend my tenure, so to speak, in IIT. And I had not prepared them very well also. Sir told me, hey, my name was Karmi, name was Shobit. Hey, Shobit, you have to come for Kirtan in ISKCON Kanpur. Hey, sir, two papers are there. What will I do? No. He normally, sorry, no, you have to come. And I go, Krishna, take care. I went there. I came back, took prasadam, took rest nicely, went there next day. In one, I got A, in one, I got B. It was amazing. And one of my seniors, he was also devotee, but not so much convinced. So on one exam, he did not sleep whole night and prepared, and he actually failed because his intelligence could not work. In Bhagavatam, you will see the food of intelligence is sleep. So sleep at least 6 to 7 hours. It normally is needed. 6 to 7 hours is needed. Or for some people we need 8 hours, but 6 to 7 is needed. I am practically seeing sleeping early is boon. I'm just sleeping 9:30, max 10, and I just wake like a baby, fresh. Oh, 2:30, 3, very nicely. And my sadhana goes very nicely. And when I was sleeping 12 o'clock, it was such a struggle, 3:45 was also such a struggle. So you do that, anybody who does that, 9, I know you cannot do right now, but, or maybe you can have a deduction in salary. I'll sleep at 9 and give me less salary. No, not allowed. Yeah, always type. Okay. Why is it necessary to know Lord in Tattva? Are you not understanding the Lord or the truth about Krishna? That Krishna is very powerful, Krishna is transcendental, Krishna is eternal, Krishna is loving. What does it inspire feeling of love towards the Lord? I must serve him, so nice. So you must understand not only the Lord, the tattva of his pastimes, the tattva of his name, is it not? And what does Lord says? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma neti mamiti suvarjuna. You know this shloka. A person who knows the transcendental nature of my pastimes and my taking birth will not take birth again after giving up his body. What a powerful shloka. Lord does not say when he's going to leave the body, where he's going to leave the body, and how he's going to leave the body. In any way he dies, wherever he dies, he'll come back to me. This is very powerful. Less sleeps makes us feel intoxicated all the time, giving us no concentration. Yes, and one of the 4 regulatory principles is no intoxication. Okay? So, see, it's like this. Have 18 hours or 17 hours of fresh, energetic life, then having 20 hours of non-energetic, how to say that, distracted life. समझ रहे ना मेरी बात? समझ रहे ना? So, and when you make actually advancement, then sleep will automatically go down. Those people have tried that, they just become frustrated. They will sleep for 4 hours one day, and then next day they will sleep for 12 hours or 8 hours. I'm again repeating this statement. Regulation is most difficult for conditional souls. Do the same thing over and over again. I'm saying in Japa race also, some devotees have completing their Japa at 2 a.m., then another day 3:30 a.m., then another 6 a.m. That is not desired. You wake up at normal time, at 3 a.m., whatever. This is passionate bhajan. I'm not saying that somebody who wakes up at 2 a.m. is passionate. Please hear carefully. One day you are waking up at 12 a.m., another day you are waking up 3 a.m. So you are not able to control your schedule. This is the only way we can develop taste, doing the same things over and over again, same time. This is not my instruction or something. The Vaishnava is explaining like this. Same thing over and over again, same time. And it's very difficult. But becomes very easy when you have association of Vaishnavas. See, every day we have Mangal Aarti, online also 4:30. Is it not? Are you feeling like that? It becomes more easy. Guru Puja same time. So like that. It helps us to develop taste for chanting. Any of you have questions? When are you going to leave us for prasadam? Answer is now. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna.